Every week, we publish simple, science-based videos that explain how your body really works and how to protect your health naturally. If you care about your heart, your brain, and your future health, make sure you're subscribed. Now, let's talk about something very important. Let's be honest for a moment. Have you ever actually stopped and asked yourself a simple question? Why is my blood pressure high? Or do you do what most people do? You check your blood pressure, you see high numbers, you take a pill, the numbers go down, and you feel relieved until the next morning. This is exactly how millions of people live for years. They silence the alarm, but the fire keeps burning. Because high blood pressure is not just numbers on a screen. It's a warning signal from your body that something deeper is happening. And while medications can lower the numbers temporarily, the real problem inside the body often continues to grow. Official medical statistics say something very interesting. In 80 to 90% of cases, doctors cannot identify the exact cause of high blood pressure. This condition is called essential hypertension. In simple terms, it means, we don't know the cause, so take medication for the rest of your life. But there is another group of cases. About 10–20% of people have something called secondary hypertension. This means there is a specific hidden cause raising the pressure, and when that cause is discovered and treated, blood pressure can improve dramatically. Today, we're going to talk about 7 hidden causes of high blood pressure that many people completely overlook. One of them might be affecting you right now. Let's start with cause number 7. Chronic stress. This isn't the stress of being late for work. This is constant, long-term stress when the nervous system stays stuck in survival mode. Imagine a car. The car is parked, but the gas pedal is pressed all the way down. The engine roars, fuel burns, the system overheats, but the car never moves. That's what chronic stress does to the body. When stress becomes constant, the adrenal glands release large amounts of adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline activates the fight-or-flight response. Your heart beats faster, blood vessels tighten, wide, flexible arteries turn into narrow channels. Now, think about basic physics. If the same amount of blood must pass through a narrower vessel, pressure must increase, and suddenly your blood pressure jumps to 160/100 with no clear explanation. The biggest problem? Blood pressure medication cannot stop the production of stress hormones, so you lower the pressure with medication, and stress hormones push it back up again. Over time, blood vessels lose their flexibility and become stiff. This gradually damages the cardiovascular system. 6. Visceral fat. Many people believe body fat is just stored energy, but that's not true. Visceral fat, the fat surrounding internal organs, behaves like a hormone-producing organ. It releases inflammatory substances that damage the inner lining of blood vessels. This causes chronic inflammation throughout the body. Visceral fat also leads to insulin resistance. When insulin levels stay high, the kidneys begin retaining salt and water. Fluid builds up in the bloodstream, blood volume increases, and blood pressure rises. Reducing visceral fat often leads to significant improvements in blood pressure. This is not magic, it is simple physiology. 5. Heart disease. High blood pressure and heart disease often form a dangerous cycle. High pressure damages the heart, and a weakened heart raises blood pressure even further. One of the most common causes is coronary artery disease. Over time, arteries supplying the heart become narrowed by plaque. The heart receives less oxygen. To push blood through narrowed vessels, the body increases pressure in the system. Common warning signs include shortness of breath, chest pressure or tightness, unusual fatigue. Sometimes restoring blood flow through medical procedures can significantly improve blood pressure control. 4. Kidney problems. The kidneys are one of the main regulators of blood pressure. They control a hormone called renin. If blood flow to the kidney decreases, for example due to narrowing of the renal artery, the kidney misinterprets the situation. It believes the body's blood pressure is dangerously low. In response, it releases renin. Renin triggers a cascade of reactions that tighten blood vessels and increase blood pressure dramatically. This condition is called renovascular hypertension. Kidney problems are often overlooked, which is why persistent high blood pressure sometimes requires kidney evaluation. 3. Hormonal disorders. Hormonal imbalances can also cause severe hypertension. 3 important examples include primary hyperaldosteronism, pheochromocytoma, and thyroid disorders. These conditions disrupt the balance of hormones that regulate fluid retention, heart rate, and vascular tension. The encouraging news is that many hormonal causes of hypertension can be treated successfully once diagnosed. 2. Sleep apnea. If you snore loudly at night or stop breathing during sleep, you may suffer from sleep apnea. During apnea episodes, oxygen levels drop. The brain reacts by releasing adrenaline to wake the body and restart breathing. Some people experience this hundreds of times per night. Each episode triggers a surge in blood pressure. Without treating sleep apnea, controlling hypertension can become extremely difficult. 1. Chronic pain and environmental triggers. Many people believe their blood pressure rises due to spinal problems or weather changes. While these factors rarely cause hypertension directly, they can act as powerful triggers. Chronic pain activates the nervous system. Cold weather causes blood vessels to constrict. For people with already vulnerable blood vessels, these triggers can cause noticeable spikes in pressure. Final thought. High blood pressure is not just a number. It is a signal that the body is struggling with something deeper. Sometimes it is the kidneys, sometimes hormones, sometimes metabolic stress. But understanding the underlying cause is the first step toward real improvement. Because hypertension is not always a life sentence. Sometimes it is simply a warning that the body needs attention and the right changes.